Hi everyone, I'm Jodi. Welcome to my channel. And if you are over 40, your concealer creases, and you want to know how to stop it, then you have come to the right place today because we are going to take a cue from the one and only Wayne Goss. When he comes out with a new video that says he has a way to ensure that your concealer doesn't crease, bada boom, you best believe I am going to give it a try because Wayne Goss has never failed me, and creaseless concealer, like, that's just speaking my language. And I know that's speaking the language of many of you as well, especially if we are over the age of 40. This video is not the one I had planned on creating for you guys today, but when I saw this video, I thought, okay, pause any other video that I wanted to share. It needs to take a back seat to creaseless concealer, right? Right. So we are going to take Wayne's technique step by step. We're gonna do it on this mature face, and at the end of the video, you'll know if you wanna do it because you'll know if it works, because not only are we going to apply it step by step the way Wayne suggests, we're also gonna do a 4 to 5 hour check-in because, I mean, yeah, makeup is important to look good immediately after you apply it, but we are busy. I need my makeup to look good hours after I apply it. Does it work? Does it work on mature skin? Does it work with a drugstore concealer? And does it last as long as we need it to? So if you're ready, let's check it out. All right, I really hope this works because I need some concealer on today. And you know, when Wayne Goss says something, I am first in line, hands up, ready to try it. One of the things I can think of that he did suggest that I was not gonna do it, but then I saw Wayne Goss do it, so I thought, oh, I will try that. And that was the whole slugging idea. If you guys have not heard about slugging, it's where you take, I don't know why they even name it slugging. I guess because it kind of feels like a slug maybe, I don't know. But it's where you take a emollient night cream or moisturizer and you put it right under your eyes or any areas that you feel really dry. And then you seal that, if you will, with something like an Aquaphor or a Vaseline, and you leave it on throughout the night so that that heavier petroleum jelly really seals and sits on top of that moisturizer to ensure that that moisturizer gets penetrated into your skin. It's not unlike eye patches if you were to sleep with them. It just sort of holds in and seals and locks over a barrier of that moisturizer. I did try it after I saw him do it, and it did work. I just didn't feel like the extra step of putting night cream and then a petroleum over it worked any better than a good night cream, so I didn't stick with it, and I certainly didn't share it with you guys because I didn't think it worked any better than anything else, but it did work. So again, it all goes back to when Wayne Goss says something, I am all for it. So let's take a look at what his latest video suggests when it comes to concealer.
Eye cream. Leave the eye cream out. Nothing under the eyes apart from your primer and or sunscreen. Now, get a setting spray and spray a brush. 2 spritz, that's all you need. And now press this underneath the eye area where you want to apply the concealer. And
we are going to try it just as he said. So I don't have anything under my eyes except a little bit of sunscreen. I don't even have primer. I do have foundation right up to that area, and we are as bare as it's gonna get. So I am also going to try this, like I said at the beginning, with e.l.f. because if this works, I wanna know, does it work with a good drugstore concealer, or do you have to have some super expensive concealer? We're also gonna see how it works on mature eyes because, well, that's what we are dealing with today. All right, first thing he said to do is to take a clean brush and some setting spray. Now the thing with setting spray, you guys, when I first saw this video, I thought, setting spray typically contains alcohol. Take a look at what setting spray you are using. The e.l.f. setting sprays do contain alcohol, and so does our beloved MAC setting spray. So just know what setting spray you're using, and I would recommend that you use one for this process that does not have alcohol, because alcohol is extremely drying to the skin. And if you are putting it on your brush, on your skin, and then on your brush with the concealer, and then patting it in for a final time, that's just a lot, and that's a lot of alcohol in a very delicate eye area. So first note is setting spray, yes. Non-alcoholic setting spray, a must. And for that, I'm using the Mist and Fix by Makeup Forever because this is alcohol free, and clearly I love it because I need another one. Okay, so as Wayne says, we're gonna take a clean brush and specifically 2 spritz, just like he said, And then we're going to go right under our eye where we want to put that concealer. And for me, it is all of those purpley areas that I need to conceal. All right, Wayne, next step. One more pump of setting spray onto the brush. And then we are going to add some e.l.f. Hydration Concealer right to the brush. And then lightly pat it in where we need that concealer. And then press it in with our fingers.
To seal it in and blend it. Lovely.
All right, I think we've got this part. What's next?
Now go over this section that you've just applied the concealer. But be really careful here, because if you oversaturate it, the concealer will start to move. And that defeats the purpose. Take a tissue and very lightly press it underneath the eye. This is to draw out any excess oils and pigments that are here. And what I like to do before we finish is I like to apply a shade lighter of concealer just at the inner corners of the eye. Just brightens up that inner corner nicely. Now we need to set it very gently. Now take a small amount of loose or pressed powder and just tap this over the concealer. You notice the brush I'm using is very small. There's a reason for that. We don't want too much powder. Now spritz that same powder brush with one spritz of the setting spray and just go over it. There you have it. That's the technique.
Excuse me, I think you stole that from me. Right, who am I kidding? I probably stole it from him subconsciously, so if I did and you love there you have it. I don't think I stole it from Wayne, but again, subconsciously, I've watched plenty of his videos. That may have been stolen. Well, there you have it, as Wayne Goss and I say. Well, mostly Wayne. This was his technique. But I have to say, you guys, it actually does work. Now, you did notice that we added setting spray at least 6 times, which is why it's so important for our more mature eyes, especially as we age and our skin gets more dry, to use that setting spray that is non-alcohol, so it's not as drying of a setting spray underneath that already very delicate under eye area. I'm gonna finish putting on the makeup underneath my eyes, and then I'm gonna come back and check in with you guys in about the 4 to 5 hour mark, because we are busy and we need our makeup to look good not only after we put on the application, but for hours to come. So let's see how it holds up in a couple more hours from now. Welcome back. It has been 6.5 rainy, cold hours since I saw you guys last. And you know, it's one of those days where you just wish you could snuggle up under a warm blanket and, oh, I don't know, binge watch Jodi videos all day. Or if you've already seen all my videos, you don't want to miss Glow Up on Netflix. I sound like I'm doing a commercial for Glow Up, and I'm not. I don't even know why I said it that way. However, it is such a good show, you guys. And with the weekend coming up, if you're looking for something to do, if you love makeup and you love watching makeup artists be able to get really creative, it is such a great series on Netflix. I think this is the 4th season. If you haven't watched it before, go back and start from the beginning, because they stop to teach you different techniques in every episode. So I love watching it because I always learn something. And if you love makeup as much as I do, I think you'll really, really like it. All right, so back to the task at hand, and that is finding a way for concealer to go on and last and stay on creaseless. So did Wayne Goss come through with another fantastic technique, or did this one disappoint our more mature skin? I mean, it's Wayne Goss. The words Wayne Goss and disappoint don't even, it's like opposite magnets. They just don't even go together. They just don't even go. This one hair. Okay, I know my hairdresser watches my channel, or else I would just pull this out right now. It doesn't take a color. It doesn't take direction. It doesn't take holding putty. Okay, it's just been that kind of a day, you guys. It's just been that kind of a day. All right, so no clips necessary today. We're gonna put it right behind our ears, and that's just what it is. So did this concealer, this $9 e.l.f. concealer, work with no moisturizer under the eyes and multiple layers of setting spray? Yes, yes it did. Yes it did. I don't see the creasing. You know what I really see is not there? Is that the best way to say that? You know what I see is missing from this experiment is my concealer did not settle into the bottom of the valleys. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you take your eye and you kind of pull it out like this, you can see heavy concealer lines where it has settled down into the bottom of the valley. It's the only thing I can think of. And this concealer doesn't do it any better or any worse than other concealers. A concealer is a concealer, and you typically will get some settling into those fine lines and wrinkles. In Wayne Goss's video, nor in mine, am I going to promise that you will not see fine lines and wrinkles. And if anybody promises you at age 50 and above that you will not, I would just question it, because I would love to see that as well. And maybe it's possible, I don't know. However, in this experiment, I do not see the creasing, and more importantly, I don't see the settling into these fine lines, or greater than fine, large lines. I am impressed with this, and if you can find a setting spray that is alcohol-free and the right concealer that works for your skin tone, I think this is a fantastic, fantastic round of applause again for the genius Wayne Goss. This works for our more mature skin, and like I said, it works on drugstore concealer. So Wayne did it for us again. I'm not surprised. And while we're talking about concealer, I have been wearing the new concealer by Haus Labs. Yes, you know I love that foundation, so what do I think of the concealer? Well, it is coming up in a video very soon. In fact, let me know if you'd like to see that Haus Labs in a Friday face-off, and if so, up against what concealer would you like me to review it against? Let me know in the comments down below. That does it for me, you guys. I hope you have a great weekend, and as always, remember how special and beautiful you are, not just to those around you, but to me as well. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again real soon.